Hello friends, how you doing? Day 658. Hope you're doing amazing. Man, it is getting dark a lot sooner these days. Anyway, I just want to come in and just talk to you a little bit about rejection in business. And so, when I first started getting business for myself, I gotta say I didn't have a very thick skin, and so it was a big challenge for me. And so, but over time, as I started to understand people more, I started to develop a thicker skin. Um, and so that has definitely served me over the years. But I was just reading in a book about just a biography, basically about how this business owner kind of built their business and how they dealt with rejection. And so, and I can definitely relate because when I first started business, a lot of times people didn't understand, what I was doing, why I was doing it. They didn't really. At first, I thought they didn't believe in me, and I'm like, what? I'm like, I believe in myself, but I took their rejection as if they didn't believe in me. But really, it could be a number of reasons. Maybe they don't need the product or service that I was providing or the opportunity. Um, but a lot of times, what it is if it's let's say it's an opportunity or a business idea, right? A lot of times it's a projection. Many times people don't think they can actually do something, so um, they project it on somebody else and try to pull them down. Not on purpose necessarily, because underneath they may not actually understand what's going on. And so when I started to understand that, I started to not take it as personally as I did when I first started. And so, first question is, are you a dreamer or are you not? Are you the type of person who likes to follow the crowd, or are you the type of person who wants to stick out? Because I know for myself, I never want to blend into the crowd, if you will. I don't know. I just never did. I always want to be a little bit different, not necessarily like stand out, but just a little bit different. I don't know. Life is freaking amazing. Like, why would anyone want to blend in, and just be lost in the crowd in the sea of history and just be forgotten? I don't know. Or maybe that's just my ego talking. Who knows? But anyways, while I'm here, I believe life is a gift, and I want to be able to do as much as I can while I am here. Also, while enjoying and being grateful for everything that I've been given. And so, there's a story that I read. This businessman, in 1 year's time, he went from meeting to meeting to meeting to meeting to talk to potential investors. And he did, I think it was 242 meetings in 1 year. That's a lot. That's 20 meetings a month. And at the end of it, 217 people said no. That's 217 rejections to his business idea. And 25 people said yes. But the 25 people who said yes, they're multimillionaires. And that business was Starbucks. And so, why do people reject ideas? It's something different. Maybe it's something that they're not knowledgeable in or not comfortable with, right? Most people in our society nowadays, we've been raised up to be bred, if you will, to be employees, to work for a company. And, that comes with it a certain mindset. Okay, so if you ever read Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant, he talks about how money's made, 4 different ones: employee mindset, employee, self-employed, third one is big business, and fourth one is investor. And so what's really important is not necessarily how you make the money, but the mindset that goes with each. And so employees, right, they typically want security, comfort, and that's probably about, I'll say 80+% of the people in society, and that's being very conservative. However, if you think back just about 100 years ago, a little less than that, before the Industrial Revolution, how most people actually existed was being self-employed. They were their own, I don't know, blacksmith or baker or farmer, and you would apprentice under a master carpenter or whatever it is, that trade or whatever that you're actually learning. It's only in relatively recent history that we start to shift radically over to working for somebody else. And with that shift comes a different mindset. And so, I'm giving you a little bit of little background, if you will, probably a little more than I had intended to. But so when it comes back to really what this whole life is about, like why do people reject business ideas? Why do people reject sales? Why reject anything? Right? A lot of it is just either projection, a lack of belief in themselves, or the mindset that they grew up with, right? And so, just because you have a certain mindset doesn't mean that you can't change it. It really depends on what you want out of your life, okay? And so, depending on what you want out of life will determine what type of mindset you'll actually need to actually create the life that you want, okay? So anyways, that's just something that I had just read today from one of the books, autobiography, and I just thought I just wanted to share that with you and add a couple of other snippets from other books that I've read as well. And so, if you ever thought about starting a business, go out there and go after rejection, because you can have them. And so, with that though, I would definitely encourage you to have a growth mindset and to learn through every rejection. Don't take it personally. I know it's easier said than done, especially at the beginning when you're first time entrepreneur. But the key is, are you learning through every interaction? Okay, if you are, then eventually you'll be able to get to where you need to be to create the results that you want. And so every time I meet somebody, I can't even tell you how many new entrepreneurs that I meet. People be like, yeah, I've never thought about being my own, or I never thought I'd be my own business owner. I was happy with a 9 to 5 and what have you. But as things change, you gotta figure out how to make how to create the income or the results that you want in your life. And so that will require typically a different mindset shift. So and especially nowadays, oh my gosh, with the cost of living, the inflation, cost of gas, cost of food going up, like it's just kind of crazy. And I think nowadays people are starting to shift back into a pre-industrial revolution, where people are starting to understand that, you need to start to take control of your future and put it in your hands by working for yourself, or at least having a side gig or a side project of something to be able to create for yourself. Because at the end of the day, for each business, there's only one dream. And if you don't own the business, it's not your dream that you're working for. So anyways, just a few thoughts I want to share with you guys. Hopefully you can take something from it. Anyways, have a great night. I'll talk to you guys soon. Ciao.